When we awoke in the morning, we learned that we had drifted around 15 miles during the night, putting us roughly 90 miles from shore. For the past 9 days, we'd been in the pursuit of billfish off the coast of Guatemala. But what is considered one of the best fisheries in the world was not producing, due to an influx of abnormally warm water. So with only 1 day remaining for our trip, we set out the teasers and hoped that the long journey into the middle of the blue desert would reward us with one last fish. It's early April, and we're chasing billfish based out of a lodge called Casa Vieja, located in Estapa, Guatemala. The lodge owns a collection of some of the finest blue water boats in the world, run by some of the best captains and crew you'll find on the water. Casa Vieja fly fishing pro team member Juan Cruzan.
My name is Juan Cruzan. I'm born in Argentina, currently living in Bell, Colorado. I've been fishing since before I remember. But now my ultimate quest was the sailfish and marlin on the fly. And I think that fly fishing for marlin and sailfish really is the extreme that you can do. The first time I tried it, I learned that doesn't matter how good of an angler you are, if your team doesn't back you up, you're going nowhere.
In the world of fly fishing, there's perhaps no other type of angling which requires such a unified team, because the most customary method of fishing demands it. Known throughout the blue water world as the bait and switch, the proper execution of this technique demands absolute perfection on behalf of the captain, mates, anglers, and of course, a little help from the fish. To accomplish the bait and switch, meticulously prepared hookless teasers are trolled in a controlled spread behind the boat. When fish are raised, they begin to hunt down the teasers, and the mates engage in a delicate game of cat and mouse, letting the fish taste the bait from time to time, all the while luring them within casting range behind the boat. When a fish is in range, in a moment of sheer beauty and unity, the teaser is yanked from the water, the boat is pulled out of gear, and the fly caster replaces the empty void where the teaser once swam with a mass of feather, hook, and foam.
Everything happens so fast that it's difficult to even comprehend until you personally experience it.
In many ways, catching a billfish on fly is an exercise in controlled chaos, and with so many variables, it's much easier to fail than experience success. But with time and experience on their side, fewer approach perfection than Captains Ron Hamlin and Chris Sheeter.
My name's Ron Hamlin. I've been up the hill, down to the bottom of the valley, and I'm making my way back up to the top. Hell of a lot harder coming back up to the top. It's only because of Guatemala that I'm getting back to the top. You can't excel unless you're in an area where the fishing is phenomenal. You can be the best fisherman in the world, and if you're aware there is nothing, nobody will ever realize it.
For many, Ron Hamlin is considered a living legend. As a captain, he's landed over 26,000 billfish, the most in any career, and has an impressive list of tournament titles and records that spans almost 40 years.
Well, I caught the first world record on a fly rod ever in 1974. That was the first time that I started fly fishing. Records are made to be broken. I had the record of 50, 60, 70, 80, and they all got broken, and then I had a bonanza day. The 124 sailfish in one day was phenomenal, but it'll be broken. Change is part of the game. You have to keep up with the change. The only constant is change.
Captain Chris Sheeter grew up in Hawaii, trying to catch anything that could swim. And after an impressive career that has taken him everywhere from chasing marlin and giant trevally in Midway to billfish in Costa Rica, Chris settled in Guatemala in 2001. Many regard Chris as one of the best fly fishing captains anywhere in the world. But with such an easygoing personality, you won't hear him speak of his accomplishments.
Bill fishing on the fly is like taking things to the next level. You know, it takes the solidarity out of fly fishing. It's a team sport. Everybody's got to do their part in order for the thing to work. You know, in order to hook the fish, catch the fish, land the fish, everybody's got to do their job. Anybody can drag a bait and catch a fish. You know, we're teasing fish right behind the boat. Everything's right at your feet. It's right in your face. And you know what better way to hook a fish than right in your face?
During his time in Guatemala, he's released over 6,000 billfish. He holds the one-year record of 639 releases on fly, including a 400-plus pound blue marlin, and the single-day record of 57 billfish, all on fly.
When you're looking for any signs of life, you got to look at the ocean as a big desert that's got an oasis here and there. It's got little palm trees here and there. It's got little patches of life here and there. So you're looking for the signs that lead you to that. You know, birds. You're looking for temperature breaks. You're looking for color changes. Even porpoise, they have to eat too. They eat the same thing. Any signs of life is what you're looking for.
And in this fishery, when you charge a marlin, when you set the hook on a marlin and that marlin takes off at 65 miles an hour, you better know what you're doing. Because you can hurt yourself, you can hurt your mates, and in a split of a second, it's all chaos. Now, it's very frustrating. Happens to us. We are fishing for billfish. The sailfish hits the fly and wraps on the bill. You set the hook, nothing.
While Guatemala may be one of the best fishing grounds in the world, even the greatest places have their slow times. And what started out as an outstanding few days began to slow as a result of changing water temps.
Here it's 88 degrees. Where we were fishing out in front, the water's been getting up to 90, 91 degrees. El Nino is what they say is going on. I don't know. It's just hot water and it's making the fish real lazy.
When fishing's hot on a blue water boat, there's no better place to be in the world. But when things slow down, so does the clock. After 4 brutally tough fishing days, it became apparent that the warm water was crippling the fishery. We raised a few fish here and there, but they came in slow and were largely unresponsive to the fly. In a last-ditch effort to find fish, we planned an overnight that would take us almost 100 miles offshore in search of cooler water temps.